very heavy on my heart, and this is the foremost reason for this event. When you think of Alabaster and being broken and poured out, I'm pulling some songs from the program so that you get the full picture, but this person that I'm going to invite to the stage now to do this song is the reason why I'm doing this event. If there is one person in this building that I want to pay tribute to, is a very special and dear friend to me. This is a childhood friend, Marlon Roach. I just have to say a few things about him. As an alabaster vessel, many people have poured so much into my life. And the things that I have received are things that I feel unworthy of, and I'll share how Marlon paints this contrast. We went to school together, and in our high school years, we took different paths. Marlon was one that is very honest and is not willing to be a hypocrite or associate with hypocrites. And for the various reasons that he would have, he basically left the church and he pursued life outside. But in our relationship, I've always seen Marlon as the one that should have been inside, and I as the one that should have been outside. Marlon has a character that is, to me, one like gold. Some of the attributes that Marlon has are the ones that are foremost and important in my life. There's honesty, but beyond all, there's that character of loyalty. And I don't know anybody else that is more loyal to their friends than Marlon. Marlon would, I remember when I was at Oakwood and I took ill, and I came out, I gave this testimony at a place because when I came out of the hospital, I got a call from Trinidad, and Marlon said, yo, what's going on with you, man? He said, don't let me hear that, anything happening to you up there, because, I get on a plane and come up there, And him saying that, I knew that he meant it. I knew that if anything was going on with me, Marlon was one that would get on that plane and get there. But there's something significant, and I want to express it to Marlon at this point in time. It says, everybody take up your cross and follow me. If there's ever a cross, if Jesus asked me, would you bear the cross? Would you go to Calvary for anybody? I say, I'll pick up my cross and I'll take it for Marlon. I would go to Calvary for Marlon. And it's not because I think that he's a sinner and he needs to be saved. I would go to the cross for Marlon because of the love that he's shown to me and because of the Jesus that I've seen in his life. We had an experience. I was over at Marlon's house at one occasion, and Marlon's relationship with his family has been a rough one all throughout. And I remember being there, and he got in a squabble with his sister and so forth, and it shook me because the contrast of a person that I knew in my mind, I was wondering, how could he love me so much, but then be so upset and so angry with his family? I mean, and it just couldn't fit together. And I left that house, just kind of upset and confused, and I went around and all the, friends and, girls and so forth, I told them, man, don't hang with Marlon. Don't bother with Marlon because, he doesn't relate to women right. But there was one particular girl that he was interested in at that time, and I actually mentioned it to her too. And Marlon came over to my house, and he sat down and he's like, Daryl, I mean, what are you doing? What is this about? And he sat there and he looked at me, and I couldn't say anything because, I mean, at that time I realized how foolish it was for me to do something like that. But he watched me and he says, you know what, that's all right. Maybe one day I'll understand why you did that. No big thing. I'll forgive you. And that just blew me away. To be forgiven in that moment when I should have been cut off, when I should have been the one that people disassociated themselves from. He was like, even though you did this thing and you tarnished my name and you said these bad things, I will still be a loyal friend to you. And the thing about it, I say this to him often, well, every now and then. He went outside and he played, and the only reason I didn't leave the church is because he prevented me from leaving the church. When we would go to, various different band practices and other, people would inquire, well, who is this? He would be, nah. He would say, nah, he's a church boy, he don't do them kind of thing. So I didn't even get a chance to respond to it. He stood for me when I was kind of weak and fragile and would have probably taken up interest to play in these other groups. He stood consistently. Every time it happened, he'd say, nah, he doesn't do that. He'll leave that for me. So he went out in the world and he took all the ravages of the world. And because of his character, he's been successful. Because God honors character. And we're going to just do this song here, a song that we have done many times before. But for all that you have been to me, when we reach in the judgment on that final day, and like Joshua the high priest, we stand before God in our messed up garments, I'll be one of those in the crowd that will be saying, Lord, yeah, he did something wrong, he did stupid stuff. He has his messed up garment, but forgive him, give him a robe of white, and let him come in, because he deserves to be here. So Marlon, praying for you always. Lord, give us time.